Oh my god.
Oh, console launch exclusive. And that's another thing, right? So Phil Spencer did make mention that the the Xbox won't have many exclusives for the first like several years or something like that. And he even made mention that like their approach is to make it so you can play Xbox Series X games on like PC. But my thing is like, why would you want to play a game on Xbox Series X that's going to play and look better on a PC? Right? Like, what is the reason for me to go and buy an Xbox when I can buy every one of these games on PC and it be better? Like, I feel like that's a bad idea to have. Like, I don't like I already know there's going to be games for the Xbox that I want, right? And that's a selling point for the Xbox. If you give me these games, Sunset Overdrives that I can only play on Xbox, more Halos, Oddworld when it was an Xbox exclusive, right? Like, give me those games and then say, well, look, you can only play them here. And people always like kind of shot the shit at like Sony because they're like, well, what do we do? Like, you guys only have these games, but they make it a point. It says it on the case, only on PlayStation. That is a brand. To say only on, you're never going to get it anywhere else except for here. Now, obviously, it didn't ring true to like Horizon and stuff like that. But for the most part, they hold true to it. And like the games that you get on PlayStation, like you can only get on PlayStation. By saying that I can get all of these other games, get this game on something better, regardless of how powerful your Xbox Series X is, I'm just going to get it for my PC. Just saying. Dude, Sunset Overdrive was hella underrated. I think that came out on PC too, if I'm not mistaken. And it was made by Insomniac Games. I think that was that was the first game I think they made for Microsoft. And Insomniac Games is no slouch, bro. Insomniac Games is the same company that makes the Spider-Man game that is an exclusive that everybody loves. It made the original, is making the Miles Morales one. They're also the same team that made Ratchet and Clank. So like, you really can't go wrong, like with these games. I don't think you need any more reminders, but if you do, Spyro the Dragon, Resistance. I like the original, the first two Resistances. But yeah, these are all like really good games. The Ratchet and Clank series is theirs. So like, this game is good. So just imagine if they said, hey, Insomniac, can you make us another Sunset, a bigger, better Sunset Overdrive utilizing the Xbox Series X? That is a system seller. That game is a system seller. But I also think that those kinds of games, sometimes, like, I don't think people really want to admit it, but like, consoles definitely have niche markets. Like, they have like people who prefer Microsoft just for the fact that it's Microsoft. And personally, I feel like Microsoft has the better online infrastructure when it comes to buying games, accessing games, playing games. I feel like they have the better infrastructure for it, which is crazy to me. And I feel like it's actually hurting them, because why would I play any one of these games on Xbox when you offer it across the board on something that I can do better? I just don't get it. Developer loyalty over hardware loyalty. Oh, yeah. I'm probably going to we should be playing Ghost of Tsushima Monday. We should start Ghost of Tsushima Monday, but we're only going to play it on Mondays. And I'm going to try to put a lot of time in it, because that game is apparently 40 hours long. But that's a Sucker Punch game, so I already knew what was going to be with that game anyway. Like, that's not surprising me, because those games are made by the same people who make the Infamous games. So why wouldn't they be, pretty long? So look. Faded Gorat, right? Faded El Gora, Faded Igora. I can't tell what that is. That's 100% correct. Xbox users sadly don't want games like that. Nobody bought Sunset Overdrive. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if you don't understand your market for games, then it's going to be really hard to control, or I say kind of push the narrative that your system, the Xbox Series X, is the superior system. How do you say that when you don't have any exclusives? You have nothing that shows the power of your system, right? And I'm not going to say you don't have anything, but in the context of the games we saw, there's nothing, right? For the record, this game better look just fucking like this. It's an Xbox Series X. I'm going to fucking spend a car's worth of money for Xbox the games better look and fucking play just like these trailers that you're showing me. Because if it does not, and it looks closer on my PC, I have no reason to buy this on Xbox or Xbox by proxy go. Bro, this looks sick. Uh-oh. They fucked up, though. Windows PC. Boom. That's the nail. What did I say, man? Why? I don't get it. Don't announce a dope-ass game and tell me I can play it anywhere else. For me. For anybody else, like, do whatever you want to do. I know some people that's like, look, I don't even give a fuck. But, like, there is no reason for me to own an Xbox if I can play this game on my PC. And I really want to play this game. This game looks sick. This is an announced game. Past 5 years, been on PC and never looked back. I'm going to tell you some real shit. My homie Greg, who is not in the chat right now, but he has been the person for the last, like, however long I've known him who's been trying to get me to play PC, right? And now I have a PC. Well, I'm not. This is the right screen. Oh, you're in the chat. So Greg can tell you this, right? I didn't think Greg was in the chat. But he has been telling me to be PC, go PC for years. Greg, can you attest to this? You have been pro PC since we've known each other. Like, my dude had to go and buy a PlayStation to play the other games, right? But, like, this is one of the things that I've always said about Microsoft. I don't want to play a game on the Xbox that I can play on my stronger and more powerful PC at this point. Right? Buy a PC, have it forever, right? The only reason that I have a PlayStation is because I can only play God of War on PlayStation, right? Last of Us, only on PlayStation. Uncharted, only on PlayStation. Ghost of Tsushima, only on PlayStation. You know? Like, there are games that I can only get with the purchase of another console. I have no reason to get an Xbox. They don't mind if you get the games on Windows just a little. I mean, but I just feel like it still hurts the console, though, right? So G-Cancel, I have PC, PS4, and Switch. That's all I need. Ditto. I mean, I also have an Xbox One, but we don't talk about her. I only have a PC and a Switch. PC is always going to be there. Exactly. Like, and I understand what they're going for, right? I understand that they're trying to... You definitely have to appease, you know, the people who are going to buy your system. But once again, I'm just hard-pressed to see games that make me want to buy an Xbox Series X. Console's still the standard for fighters, though, right? Well, that's the thing, right? Today, not today, but just think about the fact that there's been no fighting games announced for next gen. Not one. Switch is definitely worth to buy. Hell yeah, bro. Like, I didn't even think... I wasn't even worried. Like, I wasn't thinking about it like that until I bought it. And I was just like, man, like, why wouldn't I take my Switch everywhere with me? Like, that's a for me, that's a necessary thing at this point. Like, I actually need to take my Switch. But, like, I'm going anywhere. Like, I'm taking this bad boy with me. The Gunk, another game, launch exclusive. Optimized for the Series X, new Genesis Phantasy Star Online 2. Now that's good. But once again, I can play it on PC. So why am I going to buy these games? Yeah, they don't have to buy $1,000 PCs. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I get that part. But, like, if that's the point, like, right, if I get the point that, like, you don't have to spend a bunch of money on PC, right? But if that game comes out on PS4, what actual logical reason do you have to buy it? If you don't have Xbox, right? Like, can somebody make this make sense to me? If I don't have an Xbox, right? And I don't have a PC, and I have already got a PS4, I'm not about to go buy an Xbox. There's no reason to. Once again, I'm not talking shit, but I just want to know if someone can make me understand the logic behind this, like, I'm all open for it. But I've been playing games for a long time. Why not a PC? Exactly. Just why not a PC?